Hello students, in this video I am going to discuss about the concept of critical angle and total internal reflection. Both are related to the one of the property of light that is called refraction. So first let us know what is refraction. What do you mean by refraction? So refraction, it is the phenomenon of light by virtue of which a ray of light deviates from its original path while traveling from a one optical medium to another optical medium. So deviation of light means when a ray of light is traveling from a denser medium to a rarer medium, it bends away from the normal. Similarly, when it travels from a rarer medium to a denser medium, it bends towards the normal. Let us look at the diagram here. In this case, I am considering two mediums. One is your denser medium, another one is your rarer medium. In this case, the light ray is incident in the denser medium, and here I1 is the angle of incidence. It is the angle between the incident ray, that is AO, and the normal N to N. Since in this case the light is traveling from a denser medium to a rarer medium, it bends away from the normal. That means if there is no change in the medium, then light AO must travel along the direction OC. Since there is a change in medium, the light ray travels along OB in the rarer medium. So here the R1 is the angle of refraction, which is the angle made by the refracted ray OB with the normal ON1. So in this case, your angle of refraction R1 is greater than the angle of incidence I1. Now let us come to the second case. Here we are increasing the angle of incidence, and here the angle of incidence is I2, such that your I2 is greater than the initial angle of incidence I1. Since the angle of incidence goes on increasing, the refracted ray bends away from the normal and it travels along OB. Here R2 is the angle of refraction, and in this case your angle of refraction R2 the initial angle of refraction, that is R1. Now if we are further increasing the angle of incidence, the refracted ray bends more and more away from the normal, and the angle of refraction goes on increasing. Now let us take the third case, in which the angle of incidence is I3, such that I3 is greater than I2, and in this case the angle of refraction is R3, that is also greater than the angle of refraction in the second case, that is R2. So if we are continuing the increase in the angle of incidence in the denser medium, the refracted ray bends more and more away from the normal, and the angle of refraction goes on increasing. A stage will come for a particular angle of incidence, see here, for a particular angle of incidence, here the angle of incidence is I4. The refracted ray, that is OB, travels along the interface. Interface means it is the boundary that separates these two mediums. So this, for a particular angle of incidence I4, your refracted ray OB travels along the interface, and in this case your angle of refraction is R4 is 90 degree. So this particular angle of incidence in the denser medium is called critical angle. Let us define the critical angle. So critical angle, it is the angle of incidence in the denser medium for which the angle of refraction in the rarer medium is 90 degree. So this angle of incidence is called critical angle. Now let us see, when we will further increase the angle of incidence, then what will happen? So when we are further increase the angle of incidence, let us see here angle of incidence in the denser medium is I, such that this angle of incidence is greater than the critical angle. In this case, the ray of light returns back to the same medium from which it is coming. See, the incident ray is in the denser medium, and here this ray OB is also in the denser medium, and return when the light returns back to the same medium, this phenomenon is called your reflection. This phenomenon is called reflection. So in this case, since there is a change in medium, but this case reflection will occur. See, there is no mirror. No mirror is here for the reflection of light. So it is internally reflected. So we use the word here internal. Since mirror is not used to reflect light, so 100% light is reflected without absorption. So light, in this case, light is totally reflected. So we use the word total, and the whole phenomenon is called total internal reflection. So let us define total internal reflection. Total internal reflection is the phenomenon of light by virtue of which a ray of light sends back to the same medium while traveling from a denser medium to a rarer medium, provided it is incident at an angle greater than the critical angle. So see the case of critical angle. I already told that at the critical angle your refracted ray travels along the interface. So for an angle of incidence smaller than the critical angle, that is in the first case, second case and third case, for an angle of incidence below the critical angle, refraction of light occurs. Refraction means light travels from one medium to another medium. So, and beyond the critical angle, see this case, beyond the critical angle, that is I is greater than C, reflection of light occurs. So that's why we use the word critical here. So for a particular angle of incidence for which your angle of refraction is 90 degree, that particular angle is called critical angle. Now let us see what are the conditions for total internal reflection. Number one, the light ray. What are the conditions for total internal reflection? TIR. Number one, the ray of light should travel from a denser medium to a rarer medium. Ray of light should travel from a denser medium to a rarer medium. Number one, as we know that when a ray of light is traveling from a rarer medium to a denser medium, then light bends towards the normal, and in this case there is no reflection. So this is the first condition of TIR, that is a ray of light should travel from a denser medium to a rarer medium, and second condition is that the angle of incidence must be greater than the critical angle. See, not for all angles in the denser medium reflection occurs. Reflection occurs when the angle of incidence in the denser medium is greater than the critical angle. This is the second condition for total internal reflection. So these are two conditions which are necessary for total internal reflection or TIR. Now let us see the total internal reflection. In this case, reflection occurs. So here we will use the laws of reflection. In this case, see the diagram here. AO is the incident ray and I, that is the angle between the incident ray AO and the normal ON2 is the angle of incidence, and OB is the reflected ray. See, it is not refracted ray, it is reflected ray, since reflection is occurring here. So this angle, that is the angle between OB reflected ray and the normal ON2 is called R, that is called the angle of reflection. So in this case the laws of reflections are applied. So your angle of incidence I is equal to R. In this case, for total internal reflection, your angle of incidence I is equal to angle of reflection R. We all are using internet connections, And in broadband connection, we are using a technology that is called fiber optics or optical fiber. So in optical fiber, we use the principle of total internal reflection. So remember, the main principle behind optical fiber is the concept of total internal reflection. Now let us see what is the relation between refractive index and critical angle. Look at the diagram here. Here this one is the denser medium and this one is the rarer medium. We will derive the relation between refractive index mu and critical angle C. Derive the relation between refractive index and critical angle. See, in this diagram, ray of light is traveling from a denser medium to a rarer medium. In this case, your angle of incidence is I4, for which the angle of refraction is 90 degrees. Since in this case, the refracted ray OB travels along the interface. So applying Snell's law to this diagram, we get refractive index of rarer medium with respect to denser medium. So is equal to sin I by sin R. So this implies in this case your angle of incidence is I4 and angle of refraction is 90 degree. And if we will write this relative refractive index in terms of absolute refractive index, we get mu R with respect to D as mu D divided by mu R divided by mu D, where mu R and mu D are the absolute refractive index of rarer medium and the absolute refractive index of denser medium respectively. So this implies mu R by mu D is equal to sin I4 by 1. The value of sin 90 is equal to 1. If I will consider this rarer medium as air, we know that the absolute refractive index of air is 1. So in this case, I will put mu R is equal to 1. This implies 1 by mu D is equal to sin. I will put C instead of I4, that is the critical angle. So 1 by mu D is equal to sin C. This implies yours mu D is equal to 1 by sin C. See, here mu D is the absolute refractive index of denser medium and C is the critical angle. From this expression, we also define the refractive index. So let us define refractive index in terms of critical angle. So refractive index of a denser medium can also be defined as the reciprocal of sine of critical angle in that medium. So this is the relation between refractive index and critical angle. Now at the end, we see if the angle of incidence is less than the critical angle, then refraction occurs. Refraction means light ray must travel from one medium to another medium, and in the second case, when the angle of incidence is greater than the critical angle, then reflection of light occurs. Thank you.